What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all of the returning Pokemon to the upcoming Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Teal Mask and Indigo Disc DLCs. Of course, guys, if you like this type of content and enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider joining the Pan fam today and supporting the channel by hitting that join channel member button below. First thing to talk about, we know that the first partner Pokemon from the previous Pokemon games from Gens 1 to 8 are returning. However, they're all returning in DLC 2, the Indigo Disc. So if you want to catch these in the wild, we're gonna have to wait until winter 2023 or maybe sometime in 2024 to actually be able to catch these Pokemon in the wild. Now, what's very special about these is they're not normally just gonna be in the wild. You're gonna have to clear missions given to you by the school. So the academy is getting new side quests, and these side quests will relate to a particular partner Pokemon. Now, we don't know if they're going to do it by generations, make it like, one quest will give you all the Gen 1 starters. So maybe it would be like 8 quests like that, or one's going to pertain to each one. So that, I believe, would be like 24 starters right there. We'll just have to wait and see, but keep that in mind. So you can't just immediately shiny hunt these guys in the second DLC. You will have to do a little bit of content, and then they should be appearing on the map and in mass outbreak, so you can catch them in whatever type of Pokeball you want to, which is really exciting. We haven't been able to do that for a very long time in Pokemon games. I think this is the first time in the Switch games that we can actually catch all of the starter Pokemon in just one title, which is really cool. Now let's dive into all the Pokemon returning to the Teal Mask DLC, which is releasing this September 13th. And these are all the confirmed Pokemon that we saw officially from trailers, official screenshots, and all that good stuff. And I believe there's going to be like a total of 78 Pokemon at the moment. That doesn't mean there isn't going to be more, but this is what we know so far, 100% confirmed. So we got the Ekans line back, which is pretty cool. The Clefable line, which we know they're actually receiving a new event for Clefairy that's happening later in the end of September. So it's going to be more Clefairy mass outbreak spawning in the game, which is pretty interesting that they're doing a new type of event in the DLC. We got both the Alolan and regular Vulpixes, which is absolutely massive for weather teams. Both Ninetales are going to be phenomenal in VGC, so I'm very excited to see that. We got the Poliwrath line and Politoed, which is awesome. Of course, everyone's favorite Snorlax. I'd love to see it. I really do hope Snorlax gets some sort of new Terra form or something. If there are special Terra hats or Terra forms for regular Pokemon, really hope Snorlax is one that's to receive it. The Furret line, the Noctowl line, so a lot of solid Gen 2 stuff here. Apom, which is confirmed to be a Pokemon Violet exclusive, and then Gligar is confirmed to be a Pokemon Scarlet exclusives. We don't know any other exclusives at this moment, but I'm sure there will be more as well. Would be weird just to have one exclusive line for each game here. Yanma, Swinub, so we get Mamoswine, which is great. Poochyena and Mightyena, and unfortunately it was recently confirmed that Mightyena will not be receiving a new cross-gen evolution from another leaker. Maybe they're wrong, who knows, but it looks like Mightyena or Poochyena is not getting a new type of evolution, sadly. We got the Shiftry line, which is cool, Crawdaunt, Milotic, which is going to be absolutely massive. And one thing about Milotic is, in the trailer, it looked like it was using Scald, but this may also confirm that we're getting Scald back. We are getting about 30 TMs coming back to the DLC. We don't know what they're going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be a mix of old moves returning and some new moves as well. We got the Dusclops line, which is really awesome because one, Dusclops is way better than Dusknoir in competitive Pokemon. This is the ultimate Trick Room setter, so I think this is going to be great for Trick Room teams going forward from here. Mecco's coming back, and then we do get the Gen 4 starters all coming back with Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup lines. So these did have an official screenshot with Shaman in the first DLC that was actually released like last week. So if any of the starters are coming back in the first DLC, it'll be these. Not sure if that was just for a thematic reason because they're also featured in Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I do think the first DLC, the Teal Mask, will have a lot of connections to PLA. So maybe you can actually shiny hunt these starters in mass outbreaks in the first DLC. That'd be awesome, but we'll have to wait and see further details on that. We also got Ambipom, of course, Chingling, Munchlax, all the babies in evolutions of their previous Pokemon like Yanmega, That's coming back. Gliscor, Mamoswine, and Dusknoir. Shaman, as I just mentioned. I do wonder if Shaman is going to be a special Pokemon in this game, where it's going to have to do like a special quest, where you have like save data from Pokemon Legends Arceus or something like that. Because I know in PLA you needed a save data for the Shaman event, I believe. So that'll be something that they could do again. Now some good Gen 5 mons. Conch Elder, love this. Love the Conch. Chandelure is probably my biggest, like, most excited Pokemon from this current list right here. Prevenance, really good. Also phenomenal shiny, just like Chandelure, both amazing ghost types. Vikavolt, so excited for this. Another great shiny. Tomo-O, never really cared too much, but that's cool. Another pseudo legendary being added. Cramorant is back. Dipplin, the new evolution of Applin, so that's cool. And you know, it might get a new evolution the second DLC. Just make sure to at the very least shiny hunt for one more Applin by checking out my previous Applin shiny exploit video guide, so you can guarantee yourself a shiny Dipplin on day one. And then we got the new legendaries. We got Okidoki, Pheasantipity, and Monkey Dory, and then Ogerpon. And then we have Ogerpon with a brand new form. So that's a total, I believe, what, 73 right there. That doesn't mean that's all of them. That just means what we know so far for DLC 1. Now for DLC 2, the Indigo Disc, we have, it looks like 105 confirmations. And of course, that's going to include all the other starters. So Venusaur, Blastoise make it in. And then the Alolan Sandslash line and Sandslash is back, which is very cool. Love to see the Alolans. Vileplume's back. Not the biggest fan, but love to see Alolan Golem. What a hilarious Pokemon. Of course, regular Golem is in there too. So Jirio, Dudong, Exeggutor, Alolan Exeggutor. A lot of Alolans being featured in the second DLC already, just to keep that in mind. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Rhydon, Magmar, Lapras is back, which is really cool. More starter love here. Smeargle, crazy. This thing's gonna be so good in VGC. Absolutely monstrous. Skarmory, of course, Hitmontop, Tyrogue, Magby, and that's the rest of the Gen 2 stuff there. And then Gen 3, of course, Sceptile, Blaziken, Swampert, Flygon, Metagross are probably the two most exciting things from Gen 3 coming back. We do get some fossils. Finally, the first time we're getting fossils in Scarlet and Violet. Fortunately, they're returning fossils. Hopefully, we get some new fossils in the future. But we get Rampardos and Bastiodon. Of course, more evolutions like Rhyperior and Magmortar. Then Superior, Emboar, and we already have Hisuian Samurott that was already added from Pokemon Home. So, but that's going to be also catchable natively of regular Oshawott within the second DLC by completing those quests. Zebstrika, Whimsicott, Chinchino, Reuniclus line, Golurk, Mandibuzz. Honestly, a lot of Gen 5. I mean, if those Gen 5 remakes are happening, we're going to be able to shiny hunt nearly all of them and transfer them to that game by the time that game does release. Meowstic's cool. Malamar's always cool. And then everyone's favorite Incineroar, this absolute monster of a Pokemon. Primarina, of course. And, you know, we already got Decidueye earlier from the 7-star raid. Alcremie, Toucannon, Duraludon, which, you know, has a new evolution. Archlodon. And then, of course, the new Paradoxes. Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, Terrapagos, and the form of Terrapagos. So Raging Bolt, Iron Crown, we know are going to be only in the second DLC for sure. It seems to be some sort of post-DLC event. We don't know if any other Paradoxes are going to be added, but people are suspecting, and I'm suspecting, that there's going to be a Paradox Entei and a Paradox Terrakion. That would obviously make a lot of sense. So that's at least 2 more Pokemon being added to this list. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more Pokemon being added. And then here's the full data mine list for everything that we know for sure. And so far, the data mine list has been correct with all of the official things shown off. So there's a bunch that we haven't seen that is returning, like the Victory Bell line apparently is coming. Tentacruel is coming back. Just to skim through this, the Kingdra line is coming back. Ariados is another one. Lantern, another one. So just so many Pokemon that have not been officially confirmed. Porygon line, which is massive for me personally. Love this line a lot. So I do think a lot of these will fit into the first DLC, considering we only know about like 73 of them. So just something to consider when playing through the Teal Mask that we just definitely do not know all of them. Ludicolo, another one. Nosepass, Plusle, Volbeat, and Illumise. I mean, not like I'm a big fan of those guys, but hey, they're coming back too. What's another interesting one? Excadrill's really exciting. Leavening line, Scrafty, big fan of that line as well. Swanna, Garvantula, super excited. And Mienshao, that's another great Pokemon to be returning back. And one more page of what else. I mean, still a lot of things. Rabombi, love that. Araquanid, love Araquanid. Comfey is a very good support Pokemon. Meteor is huge because we haven't seen Meteor since a Gen 7 game. So good to be back, Meteor. Let's go. We love to see that. More Picos coming back, which is really cool. And that's about it for the things that weren't on the previous two list. There's a lot of Pokemon in general, though, that we're going to be getting. And it seems like a total of 231, including all the new Pokemon that we know about. And like I said, we know about the Paradox Entei and Paradox Terrakion. So that puts us at about like 233. And then there's still some more Pokemon like the Regional Fake Sinistea, Poltegeist. And there's probably another cross-gen evolution and maybe a Dipplin evolution as well. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But that's all the Pokemon that we know is coming back to the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, Teal Mass, and Indigo Disc. And let me know which Pokemon you're most excited to see returning in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you like this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.